Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Felicia Lawrence alongside Anne Marie Tiernan, and an Indianapolis mother is behind bars tonight after police say her 2-year-old was found dead in a Northeast Side apartment.
Anna Chalker spent this Monday looking through new court documents and shares what led to the death of Skylar Gardner.
2-year-old Skylar Gardner's mother told police she would leave her and her older brother alone in their apartment every day and would only check on them once. And investigators believe Skylar may have been dead for several hours before she was found. According to new court documents, Skylar's mother called police when she found Skylar unresponsive under a dresser. When officers got into the apartment, they found trash, human feces, steak knives, and soiled items scattered around. Police said officers later found Skylar with bruises and injuries all over her body and a large puncture wound to her neck. IMPD says in cases like this, it's important for other family members to report any signs of abuse or neglect.
Please reach out to 911, contact the police. We will get you resources. It's not criminal to ask for help, and we want you to do so.
Skylar's mother denied to police she abused her children, but knew she was neglecting them. She was arrested for neglect of a dependent. In Indianapolis, Anna Chalker, 13 News.
The Marion County Prosecutor's Office will make final charging decisions. Skylar's mom, meantime, has a court appearance set for tomorrow morning. Other news now, attorneys for the man accused of killing 2 women on the east side of Indianapolis have filed a motion to determine his competency to stand trial.
David Heiner was supposed to go on trial today for the murders near 21st and Mithofer about a year ago. Now, however, his attorneys want to know if he's competent to stand trial.
He's accused of killing the 2 women, Shannon Lassier and Marianne Weiss. Their bodies were found 5 days apart and within 400 feet of one another.
Metro Police investigators say they used surveillance video and DNA recovered from the scene to link Heiner to the crimes. His trial is now scheduled for April 14th. And tonight, Metro Police have arrested a 15-year-old boy for alleged armed robbery in Indianapolis after they investigated a string of crimes.
Our Samantha Johnson now is digging into what we've learned and where the case stands at this hour.
Metro Police say that 15-year-old allegedly robbed 3 delivery drivers, stealing cash and food. Police say they were able to track him down by using a GPS monitor from a separate pending case.
On January 18th, a delivery driver for Jack's Pizza told police someone robbed him at gunpoint, getting away with cash, pizza, and pop. Later that night, a driver for the China King around the corner reported the same thing. This time, a neighbor stepped in and scared away the would-be robber. But 2 days later, a third armed robbery just down the street from the first. The suspect again allegedly stealing pizzas and a wallet. Tips from the drivers led police to the 15-year-old boy's home, where they say they found this BB gun inside.
That's very scary for someone to have to come face to face with, to see that firearm pointed at them. That's very scary.
That 15-year-old was arrested for armed robbery and taken to the Juvenile Detention Center here in Marion County. In Indianapolis, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
Metro Police ask delivery drivers to always be aware of your surroundings, have a good idea of where your delivery will take you, and always make sure someone knows where you're going.
He wanted 55 years for murdering my son, and so I suggest you give it to him, every damn bit of it.
That's a father with strong words in court today, asking for the maximum sentence for the man who killed his son, who is a driver for Lyft. Devin Powell took a plea deal for the murder of Tony Garland.
Rich Nye was in the courtroom with his camera for the emotional statements during sentencing hours ago.
Devin Powell admitted that he shot and killed 34-year-old Tony Garland, who picked him up for a Lyft ride on the far west side on June 30th, 2022. GPS tracked Powell and Garland's stolen car in Maryville. The plea deal sentence was up to the judge, up to 55 years. The courtroom was packed with family and friends of Tony Garland. I can't show you a wide shot of the gallery because we're not allowed to show minors in the courtroom. And there were several teenage boys in the crowd, boys that played sports for Coach Garland. including his own son. A family friend read the statements written by Garland's son and wife.
I don't enjoy baseball or basketball like I used to with my dad gone. It was one of our things together. I still play, and sometimes I look for signs that my dad is still here, continue to watch me from the best seat in the fields and on the court. He can see it all. To explain my life without my husband, and I am pretty much a child who is trying to learn how to be an adult. My other half that made my heart whole, my structure, my stability, and my motivator is no longer here, all because of this selfish individual.
It's destroyed me and my wife, as well as his brothers, all of his friends, people that just barely knew him. I mean, this is such a heinous crime.
Powell offered no apology. The judge gave him a 55-year prison sentence, the maximum allowed under the plea agreement. Rich Nye, 13 News.
And Tony Garland coached youth sports in Decatur Township, and there is now a scholarship and baseball field named in his memory. Garland's son was 12 years old when his father was killed.
It's now almost 5:06 on this Monday, and look at the blue skies and sun. So regardless what the temperature is, it looks and feels great.
Yeah, we have sunshine on the back patio, and Rosie wanted to go out, and it's still covered in snow. I'm like, what do you want to go out? But she sat on the couch out there for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to get a little fresh air in the sunshine.
And she was protected from the wind there on your patio, but out in the parking lot, not so much.
No, and those winds are now gusting over 30 miles per hour. So yes, we're 35 to 40, so we're warmer, but feeling still rather chilly because of those gusty winds, and those winds are going to be with us this evening. 34 degrees in Carmel right now, 36 Noblesville, 34 Greensburg. We're as warm as 38 Bunker Hill under clear skies. This evening, it is going to be windy. Ann mentioned this. We've got sustained winds out of the southwest, 15 to 20 miles per hour at times, gusting over 30, and we'll check those gusts for you in the full forecast. Also want to point out this fast-moving weather system that will bring us a few clouds tonight and a slight snow chance. We're talking a few flurries late this evening, early tomorrow morning, but by the time we get into the morning drive on Tuesday, no issues. Sunshine tomorrow and not nearly as cold. We were in the teens this morning. We're going to be about 15 warmer than that out the door on our Tuesday. The rest of the forecast will bring temperatures into the low to mid 40s, and I've got 40s in the 7-day and perhaps a couple of days near or above 50 degrees. We'll also talk our next rain chance that comes late week in a few minutes.
All right, we're talking about freeze and thaw, and you know, that really means this is the time of year when you're likely to run into a pothole or two, maybe three, as you're out and about. And it's all part of a really much bigger issues that state lawmakers says need to be addressed. Funding maintain local roads all across the state.
Our State House reporter Emily Longnecker is here to explain some of the proposed ways to do that, specifically for the city of Indianapolis.
This proposed bill would basically give communities more ways to help pay for taking care of those roads, including a measure that would add an extra fee on those deliveries that come to your door via DoorDash or Amazon. House Bill 1461 is a big bill to tackle a big issue, road funding and how Indiana communities can get more, a topic lawmakers have studied for the past 2 years. According to a recent report, it would cost Indiana an additional $1 billion a year for the next 10 years just to maintain the roads it has now. And while road funding from the state to local communities increased by close to $600 million between 2013 and 2023, there's still a funding gap. Supporters of House Bill 1461 hope this proposed law will help close it.
Road funding should follow traffic.
The city of Indianapolis has said for years the state's road funding formula needs to change, giving more money to cities like Indianapolis with more lanes and traffic on its roads. This bill doesn't do that.
Indianapolis and Marion County roads support more than just the people that live here.
Under House Bill 1461, Indianapolis could get more money from the state's community crossing grants, which are funded by the taxes you pay at the pump. Right now, every city can get the same amount of grant money, regardless of size or how much it provides the state in gas taxes. This bill would change that.
We would be eligible for more money.
Under the bill, Marion County could also charge residents more to register their vehicle, increasing the county's wheel and excise tax. That's a measure Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett has said consistently he doesn't support.
He's not going to ask Marion County residents to pay more while the taxes they currently pay don't follow traffic, are not invested back in those communities that have the most traffic. And so you're asking our residents to pay more for a system that we feel is broken.
That's a question Indianapolis and Marion County officials say needs to be asked, but Indianapolis's Chief Deputy Mayor Dan Parker saying the real positive of this bill is the fact that this conversation is happening about the need for more road funding. Now, we told you this is a big bill, and coming up tonight at 6, we'll dig a little more into that measure that would see you paying extra for those late night ice cream deliveries to your door. At the State House, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Happening now, crews are demolishing an old IPS school, and all to make room for a new elementary school.
The demolition of Joyce Kilmer School 69 started around 10 o'clock this morning. The building sat empty at 34th Street in Keystone since 2022 after a former charter school left it. A new high-ability elementary school will go up in its place as part of the district's Rebuilding Stronger plan.
The goal is to open that new school in 2 years, just in time for the school years starting in 2027.